So for this you'll need mushroom stock, a selection of mild mushrooms, or cultivated is fine, that's up to you, creme fraiche, arborio rice, which is the backbone of this dish, olive oil, sunflower oil, plum tomatoes, shallot, garlic, and your herbs would be tarragon and thyme. We'll just get our shallots, and you can use onion in this, no problem whatsoever. Maybe a small onion would be good. Now, nice and fine, I want to do this quite finely. So we have our shallot chopped. We have plum tomatoes, very simply. Take off the stems, straight down that way. As you can see, like so. They're there for slow cooking, so we have them ready here. Mushrooms, they've been wiped. I wiped the mushrooms. I don't like washing them because if you wash them, I think it would take the flavour away. So I'm going to make them quite chunky, like so. You can slice them or chop them, leaving the stems on. Got Paris browns. Got some oyster mushrooms there as well. And some gnocchi mushrooms. Okay, just one more thing. One more thing for this dish. Garlic. Now one garlic is sliced in the recipe and one is crushed. So we slice one first. Simple as that. Nice thin slices, peeled and sliced. Remember, if you're doing a recipe and you don't like garlic, don't use it. If you love garlic, use more. That's what I always say. That's for the tomato, the garlic is there. I'm going to crush this. Some people use a garlic crusher. I think you leave half the garlic in the crusher, so this is kind of using all the garlic. Some sea salt, the garlic, knife on top, palm your hand, nice and gently, straight down. And just back of the knife, fingers on top, and just rub it against the board. You get a lovely garlic puree, see that? How easy that is. That's your crushed garlic. So now let's start cooking. Okay, let's start this mushroom risotto. Nice little pot here. Put the garlic in there and the shallots. In they go. Stir this in now, mix it up. Just for about 1 minute. So now they're on about a minute, the shallot and onion, tossed in olive oil. Arborio rice is the only rice you can use for risotto. In that goes. This is a dish you have to stand over. Between 17 and 18 minutes it will take from start to finish. So we make sure all the rice is coated with the olive oil and the onions, or the shallot. Stir it nicely. And now we go with our stock. Mushroom stock, vegetable stock, chicken stock, beef stock, any stock you want. You need a stock. Also have the stock warm, so it speeds it up. What that means is every time you put a ladle full of stock in, warm, it will keep the risotto moving. If you put cold stock in, it will stop cooking and come back up. A great tip for this dish is if you want to part cook your risotto, halfway, go for about 10 minutes, stop the cooking by pouring the risotto onto a thin tray. It cools down much faster, just keep cooking. And then for dinner party, say, some stock in a pot, a couple of ladlefuls, and warm it up and add your risotto slowly back into the stock and finish it off as you would with that recipe. It works really well. Okay, as you can see, that ladle full has been absorbed, so we'll put one more in. I'll keep stirring it. That's looking good. We're about 7 minutes into this now. Our time does fly when you're cooking. Okay, that's coming on nicely. So I'm going to do these mushrooms. I'm going to cook them off just for a couple of seconds, just before they go into the risotto. So we'll put a little handful in there. Throw that garlic in there. Give it a stir. You're welcome to use cultivated mushrooms, is fine. Hold that away. That's not too far off now. We're about 12 minutes into this. Pan's a little dry like that, a little bit more oil. You can leave it there, we're going to use it, so we'll take that gas down. A lot of liquid in there, so wait to see this in about 1 minute, this liquid will be absorbed. The reason why I keep stirring this is I don't want the rice to stick to the bottom of the pot. I'll keep it moving around. We did leave it for, you know, minute or two, it will definitely stick on you and it will burn, which you don't want. Now if the recipe, you feel every risotto you cook is different, so if you feel you need more stock, use more stock. You want a kind of a creamy texture. That's coming on nicely. We have the cherry tomatoes, cut in half, a little olive oil, garlic and thyme, a bit of seasoning, and into the oven. A low oven for about 1 hour. That's that ready. Now to finish off my risotto, the very last one to do is some Parmesan cheese. In that goes. A little olive oil. Just give it kind of a really nice luscious texture. A little creme fraiche. Put the mushrooms in about 5 minutes before the finish. Just got that flavour of mushrooms in there. Let them blend in the flavours. Now you can see that risotto is almost there. Luscious, rich, flavoursome. The thing about risotto, less is more. You understand that. When you get risotto, I know it's like pizza actually. The first couple of bites are spectacular. It can get boring. I've got tasted one last time. So you know, less is more. You can really enjoy it. And if you have a risotto and you want more, that's I mean you've had enough. So let's serve this. One last thing, chopped herbs. I was chopped tarragon. I use French tarragon for this. Tarragon goes really well with mushrooms. And that is beautiful. Now we just present that. Some nice Parmesan on top. Good olive oil. That'll be gorgeous with some crusty toast. So there we have it, wild mushroom risotto with a slow cooked lump tomato with some Parmesan.